Today we're going to be taking a look at Colt's new 50 caliber 1911 that they've made to compete with the Desert Eagle. As you can see, it's quite a bit bigger than the standard Browning 1911 I have sitting underneath it. Actually, just kidding. This is the we're taking a look at the Browning Black Label 380, which rather than being a big 1911 like our standard full-size 45 Colt here, it is a scaled down, approximately 85% the size of a full-size government model 1911. As you can see, this gun is absolutely gorgeous. This is the medallion model of the Black Label 380. And with the medallion you get these wood grips with the gold inlaid Browning logo and this two-tone finish slide with the black and polished finish, as well as the 3-dot sights. Now I've gone ahead and disassembled both the Colt and the Browning 1911s here, and as you can see, they are both almost identical inside, only the Browning is just scaled down. You can see here's the Colt, and the Browning, and as you can see, the inside they are virtually identical, just size different. One thing that the Browning has that's a little unique is here on the bottom of the barrel, rather than having the link like the Colt does, it kind of goes back and forth. And if any of you have ever taken apart and put together a 1911, you'll know that that can be kind of tricky to when you're trying to put it back together. The Browning is a solid piece, which makes putting it back together very, very simple. Also with the Browning, you'll notice that the frame is a polymer frame rather than the traditional 1911 steel frame, which also makes it sort of unique. Give you a close up here of the frame. Take a look. Now, as I said, the frame is polymer. However, these parts here where the slide actually rides on are metal. You can see here we have the ambidextrous safety. And I'll show you the Colt frame just for reference. As I said, they're basically the same thing, just the Browning is scaled down. Now we're going to disassemble the Browning 1911 380 Black Label here. First thing you want to do, make sure the gun is safe. Pull the slide back, check the chamber, make sure there's nothing in it, and it is safe. I'm going to drop the magazine, set that aside. Now, this does take down just like a standard 1911, and if you're familiar with that, you'll be familiar with this. But if you're not, First thing you want to do is push down on the recoil spring here at the end of the slide and turn the barrel bushing counterclockwise and slowly let up on the recoil spring. You can take this end piece off and set it aside so it's not in your way. Now we're going to pull the slide back to this position so that the slide stop lever is lined up with the holes here. And what you're going to want to do is push on this on the other side, push out and lift the slide lock right out. And at this point the barrel can come off the end of the frame, and you'll want to take this barrel bushing, get that out of the way. Recoil spring comes out. And the barrel comes out the end of the frame, or the end of the slide rather. And at this point the pistol is field stripped for cleaning or any maintenance that you might need to perform on it. Now for going back together, take our barrel and slide it back into the frame. And the recoil spring, there is a little protrusion here on the end of the guide rod that fits into the hole here at this link here on the barrel. And that will go in just like that. That's what it'll look like. You can see that there. Then we knocked it out. Then if we get our frame, this will slide back onto the rails there. And we bring our slide back to the same position where it was at when we pulled the slide release out. And we take the slide release and put it back in. That just kind of pops right in like that. And we'll take our barrel bushing here and we'll get that positioned in here. You want to have that kind of put out of the way like that. And we take this end piece here, put that onto the recoil spring, push down, and we twist our barrel bushing back in, and it is back together. You want to be careful not to release that recoil spring until you have the barrel bushing back into place, otherwise it'll kind of go flying across the room there. Put our magazine back in, make sure it still works. Safety works. And the magazine cutoff still works. Some other features here of the Black Label 380. It does have the ambidextrous safety, which, as you can see on both sides, we have the access to the safety lever, as well as it has sort of an extended slide release, which makes it really easy to get a hold of when you have your shooting grip on it. It just helps to release the slide there. This also has a magazine cutoff, so if you don't have a mag in the gun, it won't fire. Put the mag back in and it'll fire. It does have sort of an extended beaver tail and the bump here on the grip safety. I did mention It has the 3-dot sights, which you get with the medallion model, in addition to the grips and the unique finish here. The standard model just has plain black combat style sights, which I don't really care for a whole lot. I like the 3-dot much better. With shooting it, I've noticed the recoil is very mild with this pistol, and I am very accurate with this gun. Follow-up shots are very easy, mainly because it's a .380 caliber and such a decent sized gun, but still, this is also a pretty compact for a 1911. It's bigger than your standard like 938 or 238 SIG or some of the smaller Kimbers. They are a bit smaller. However, I kind of prefer this gun for the fact that it feels like a full-size 1911 but scaled down, which that's what it is. To me, the SIG and the Kimber just feel kind of chunky for what they are, if that makes any kind of sense. Now, I think Browning did a really nice job with this gun. If you're looking for a 1911 to carry, I would strongly recommend taking a look at it. They also make a 1911 22 as well, which is very similar in size to this. They seem to run right around the same price, and I figured I might as well get the 380 if they're going to be about the same price. With the gun, you do also get 2 mags and a hard plastic case. Check out the unboxing video for more details on that. I'll put a link down in the description. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this review here today. If you don't mind, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. Thank you.